welcome to this Center Code Trading video talking about further Enterprise Edition features. In this video we're going to focus on project profiles and cross-project labels. We're also going to dip into project dashboards. That said, in this video you'll learn how to compare similar but dynamically different data across projects, so from the community top-down view there. We're also going to talk about how to provide additional structure for your project managers and how to review a project's plan and execution. Within the Viridian Dynamics community, this is part of the maintenance step. This is going to be something you're going to be setting up for your project managers. This is also going to be a large part of the template step because more often than not, you'll understand what exactly you're going to need from these tools after your first project's already run. So that said, this is going to be both maintenance and template. So first thing we're going to talk about is cross-project labels. And cross-project labels provide a means of comparing dynamic but similar data. For example, custom projects mean that there's going to be custom phrasing within those projects. So for instance, one project might call them issues, another might call them bug reports. Combining those two features together for a cross-project view was the source of developing this functionality. Cross-project labels allow you to bind equivalent items together and then compare them across your dashboards. Where they become particularly useful is when you actually utilize these labels to label filter results for use in your dashboards. So for example, you can create a label for open critical bugs. That label can then be applied to a filter within the project, just like in the user management filters or something of that nature, that would then pull the numbers and apply it to your cross-project dashboards. So starting off in the community configuration screen, we're actually going to scroll down to the cross-project labels. It'll be under the Enterprise feature. Click on the Cross-Project Labels tool and it'll show us all the cross-project labels developed within your community. So from here you can see the different labels and different types. So within feedback types you have bug reports, journals, and suggestions. We can create these on the fly or modify them as we see fit. But each section of the tool has its own grouping, its own category. So for example, setting up a cross-project label for the open critical bugs, we have one in the template already, the open high importance there. And to create a new label, you go ahead and scroll down. See where it says the new label type, you'll choose your label type. So in this case, I want to create a new feedback management filter. And in this case, I actually want to see the closed critical issues. So I'm going to create a new label and then simply hit Add New Label. Scroll down and you can see it there. Closed critical issues just above open high importance. And so now in this case, I would then attach that particular label to a filter pertaining to critical issues that are of the closed status, similar to the way the open high importance is of critical issues of the open status. Now I can apply this to my project templates so that this way my project managers won't have to go through and apply it manually. Every project that's going to be created off of the template will have this pre-configured. So as a demonstration of how to apply these labels, we're actually going to apply the applicants tag, you see there on the bottom, to the applicants teams within each project. So go ahead and scroll up, and we're actually going to go to the home page and we're going to jump into the template. So we use the Quick Start template. You might have a different template configured. We're actually going to go over more of the templating information and setting up your project templates for your project managers here in a following video. But for now, we're just going to access this Quick Start template here, jump into Tools and Teams, and then for the new applicants team, we're actually going to apply this cross-project label. So utilizing the Modify, jump into your team and see the Use in Project Dashboards checkbox. Check that on and utilize the drop-down list. Now within the drop-down list will be a dynamic list of all the cross-project labels that apply to this particular section of the tool. For example, you won't have any of your filter labels or anything of that nature in your teams. You're only going to have your teams labels. So we'll apply the applicants tag to this particular group and hit Submit. So from here on out, any users on the new applicants team within this project will be represented by the applicants label within cross-project dashboards. So we would simply do the same thing for any other projects that we already have active, but in this case I've applied it to the Quick Start template, so any new projects coming from this template, it'll automatically be applied. The next concept we're going to talk about is going to be project profiles. Project profiles are ideal for larger centralized beta programs and basically create survey forms for your managers. And we greatly encourage the use of the beta project plan that we have on our website. It's free to use. It basically gives you a template and a single source to store and arrange all the information you're going to need for setting up your ideal beta program. So project profiles then allow you to pull that information from your project plan, be it hours or otherwise, and then source that data from directly within the project to view its status and current data, or compare those plans across projects and compare actual performance to planned performance using the project dashboard. So again, starting in the community configuration screen, go ahead and scroll down to your project profiles tool. From here you can see the list of the different project profiles, or effectively project surveys, developed for your project managers within the beta community. So from here we have details, plan, and status, and each one has a different set of form elements requesting different information. As the community manager, you can fill out these as the community manager, you can configure these different surveys with the different elements and information you want to gather. The project plan, for example, utilizes a lot of the same elements in our beta plan document that we provide, and you may end up getting more mileage out of a modified version, which would probably only pull critical information like the total participant goal, estimated duration, etc., and then allow an upload for the actual project plan that you got from our site for your review on your own time. Now remember that any elements within these project profile forms can be filtered and viewed within project dashboards. As such, if there's information that you definitely want to see and be able to compare across your different projects, you want to include it in one of these project profiles. So once you have them configured and set up the way you want, you'll simply activate them like they are now, and your project manager will be able to see them within their project tools screen. From there, the project manager will fill them out, and they'll act just like a community survey with the responses representing the project as a whole. To access this data, you can simply click the magnify icon on the left-hand side for the results, and it will display the different projects that have filled them out. To compare them across your projects, utilize project dashboards. Finally, we're going to talk about project dashboards, which really allows us to pull these considerations together. Project dashboards allow you to effectively filter on your projects. Just like user management filters on your users, project dashboards filter on your projects, pulling up whatever view items you want. So you can generate filter and view combinations comparing projects across the whole community. So for instance, we can actually use the information provided in the project profiles regarding the ideal number of testers, and then pull a cross-project label result of the number of active users within that project and compare the two side by side. Project dashboards can be incredibly versatile and incredibly effective for the right beta community. To utilize project dashboards, go ahead and start in the community homepage. Click on Project Dashboards. This will pull up a screen that looks very familiar to user management. It'll have the filter, view, and action items here. So for the filter, we can actually create our own filter or just utilize one that's already included. So we have an active projects here, so we're going to go ahead and use that. It's only going to pull from projects and display all the projects that are currently active. Within the Viridian Dynamics community, I only have those two projects, being Nexus All and Nighthawk. So it's going to be pulling data corresponding to those two projects. For the view, let's go ahead and create a new view. And in this case, I want to include a couple of project profile items and some live items using cross-project labels. So in this case, I'm going to go ahead and pull up project profiles, go with the project plan, take a look at total participant goal, estimated duration, and then I also want to know about the amount of feedback that my projects are getting. So going to feedback filters, I'll go ahead and choose the two cross-project labels that are available within my community. Closed critical issues and open high importance issues, which are effectively closed and open versions of the critical issues. Under feedback, we can also choose total number of bugs reported. So in this case, I want to see the total number of bugs. I'll see how many are critical closed and how many are critical open. And that looks good to me. Now my advanced options don't have anything for me that I need particularly, including group by, sort by, number of projects per page. But the much larger communities with many more projects and historical project information might want to be able to pull up more than just 25 projects. You've also got the ability to list down only 5 or 10 up to 1,000. So in this case, I want to save this view, and save it as a user feedback view, and I'm going to go ahead and create the view. Regarding the action, I just want to show the project dashboard, basically listing out the projects and the view items that I just chose. So you can see the results of that filter and view combination. We have our different projects that are active, so in this case, Nexus All and Nighthawk. You can see the total participant goal, which I pulled from the project plan, and estimated duration that I also pulled from the project plan. Bug reports total, closed critical, and open high importance are all items that I pulled from cross-project labels. Now in this case, I want to be able to see the number of total participants as well. So I'm going to go ahead and modify my view, pull up teams, and again this lists out the cross-project labels that are applicable within my community. So I'm going to go ahead and choose external participants and move that up next to the total participant goal. Update view and execute. And there you can see the total participant goal with the number of actual participants within that beta project. So in this case, Nighthawk looks like it's pretty well off with a 15-person goal and 12 actual participants. Nexus All looks like it's lacking, so I might need to speak to my project manager about pulling in some extra testers. So as you can see, project dashboards in combination with project profiles and cross-project labels can be extremely effective in comparing projects across a very large community. You can pull up whatever data you want as long as it has a cross-project label assigned to it. In these cases, regarding cross-project labels, you definitely want to assign those items within your template so that whenever you create a new project off of that template, they're already assigned. You don't have to go back in and reassign them to different items within each project. So in this video, we covered how to report on similar but dynamic data found across all of your projects. We also talked about providing and reviewing guidance materials for your project administrators. So of course, we have more videos coming up regarding training in Connect, so stay tuned.